Good morning, students. Here, I have a PowerPoint for you in which I have given you details of amoeba. Okay, here. Somebody should read this for me.
Teacher,
Vedant,
can
Vedant, can you read better?
Yes, teacher. The main character is Kingdom Protista. The main characteristics of Protista are they are unicellular, they are eukaryotic, they have all the components of a cell. They
Okay,
divide.
first Vedant. Enough. Okay. Now, what did he read just now? Kingdom Protista. So, amoeba is belonging to kingdom Protista. That is the first thing you have to learn. Now, what are the main characteristics of Protista? Okay, this kingdom, it is called kingdom because in this all the organisms have certain common characteristics. Okay, they are unicellular. Unicellular means having a single cell, like you can see here in this picture. Okay, what can you see? That there is a single cell. They are eukaryotic. Eukaryotic means they have a properly formed nucleus surrounded by cytoplasm. Then they have all the components of a cell. All the components of a cell means they have all the cell organelles which should be present in a cell. Okay? Read further, Vedant.
Divided into plant-like and animal-like organisms. Example of plants-like organisms, plant
Okay,
might
wait,
be.
wait, wait. Wait 1 minute, Vedant. I'll read it out because these are not common spellings which you know. So if you read it wrongly, then that first time whatever you hear will get fixed in your mind. Okay, so I'll read this. All of you are ready to listen? All of you are ready to listen?
yes,
Yes,
Yes?
teacher.
ma'am.
Okay. The kingdom Protista is divided into plant-like and animal-like organisms. Okay. Why should we say plant-like? Tell me, what is the main characteristic of a plant?
Teacher,
They
because
produce
it
photo,
makes chlorophyll.
they produce their own food by photosynthesis.
But do the plants tell you that they are doing photosynthesis? What makes you understand that a plant is doing photosynthesis? What's
Because
the
it has
color of the leaves?
chlorophyll. Because it
Because
has
of
chlorophyll.
chlorophyll. See, the answer should have been because of chlorophyll and the green color of the leaves. Okay. Even you should always understand that in this ecosystem and in this universe, any organism which is green in color will have chlorophyll and it can do photosynthesis. It need not be only plants. Even in kingdom Protista, there are unicellular plant-like organisms. Means like in this picture, adjoining picture, you can see that this is a plant-like organism. Why? Because it has green color. Always green color means it can do photosynthesis. Have you understood this concept? Yes, students.
Yes, teacher.
And animal like means, yes, animal like means they will not have green colored chlorophyll. Like we are animals, we do not have a green colored body. Okay. Suppose you feel that from today onwards, we should do some photosynthesis. So you will paste your body with some chlorophyll and you will stand in sunlight. Would it help your body to do photosynthesis, you
No,
think?
teacher.
No, no
It
teacher.
won't. You will simply become, your body will become hot in the sunlight and you will come running home and you will become tired. Correct? Because the chlorophyll, we have to have that quality right from birth. Okay, nature has to bestow. Bestow means nature has to give you the quality. If nature has not given you the quality, you cannot do that particular work. Okay, so nature has given quality to the plants that they can do photosynthesis. That quality is not given to animals. Okay, so we cannot become like plants. We can save plants because nature has given us some extra qualities like understanding, having a good brain, having a thinking brain. We can move from place to place. Okay. So all these qualities which are there, we can use it to save plants. Okay. But plants have their own qualities which animals do not. So the word plant-like and animal-like organisms means this. Have you understood, students?
Yes, teacher. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, teacher.
Now, example of plant-like organisms are what? Chlamydomonas. Okay, say behind me, students. Chlamydomonas.
Lamidomonas.
No, no.
Lamidomonas.
Yes, I'll go, you go step by step. See how to say this word. Chlamydomonas. Say properly.
Chlamydomonas.
Lamidomonas.
Okay. Okay, so chlamydomonas. And then you can say,
Chlamydomonas.
yes, chlamydomonas. Okay, so this is a plant-like organism. Then we go further. Examples of animal-like organisms. And examples of animal-like organisms are euglena. Say behind me.
Euglena.
Euglena.
Euglena. And
Euglena.
amoeba. Euglena
Amoeba
and
and
amoeba.
euglena.
Amoeba and Euglena.
Say properly.
Euglena and amoeba.
Yes. Vallari,
Euglena
are
and
you there,
amoeba.
Vallari? 1 minute. 1 minute.
Amoeba.
Okay, fine. Be quiet. Vallari, are you there? Vallari,
Yes, teacher.
Vallari, please speak these 3 words loudly, which I taught just now.
Amoeba.
Chlamydomonas. Say properly. Say.
Chlamydomonas.
Okay. Say the other 2 words. Yes.
Teacher, may I?
No, wait. Let us say. No, better let us say. Okay. Ha. Yes, here. Say, Vallari, say euglena.
Nuclina.
Euglena. Euglena. Say.
Euglena.
Yes. And amoeba.
Amoeba.
Okay, fine. Fine. Very good, huh, Vallari? So keep trying, okay? Don't sit quietly. Like Vallari, there are many other students who sit very quietly and do not say anything in the class. It shouldn't be like that, okay? Students, you all should participate, okay? Well, now, what are the basic characteristics? Now, whether plant-like or animal-like, they all have basic characteristics. Again, the same thing, which I have written here in red color. This is what I have written. I have added to the points. They are the same. Eukaryotic, unicellular. Now, heterotrophs. Now, heterotrophs means those who depend on other organisms for food. Okay. Autotrophs means plants. They prepare their own food. And heterotrophs means they depend on other plants and animals for food. Human beings, we are heterotrophs. Okay. Understood this point? Yes, students?
Yes,
Yes, teacher.
Yes,
ma'am.
teacher.
Now, aquatic habitats or moist soil. Habitats means where they live. Where do these organisms live? They live mostly in aquatic habitats. Aquatic habitats means water habitats. Aquatic refers to water. So please write in your notebook, aquatic means water. And if they live in soil, then they cannot live in dry soil. They have to live in moist soil. Okay, fine. Now I'm going ahead with the power. Now I'm coming to
Sir, but you are teaching us Protista directly. You are not teaching us Monera.
I have taught you Monera, no, last time. I have taught you.
Yes, teacher.
Sir, but you have taught Monera's bacterias.
Yes. So in Monera, there are bacteria only which you have to learn.
Okay, teacher.
What happened, Pushkar?
No, teacher.
Forgot. Okay. Doesn't matter, Pushkar. I have already taught you Monera. I showed you the PowerPoint. I showed you the video also, which is in the stream. And you're writing one assignment also based on that last week. Have you written an assignment based on that last week?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So in Monera, you are having bacteria. And after bacteria, you have to study about amoeba. Okay. Because amoeba is having more, contents. It has more evolution than bacteria. Bacteria are very basic. Okay. And amoeba is above the bacteria, and that is why we have to study amoeba after Monera. Okay, Pushkar? Anybody else has a doubt like
Yes,
this?
teacher.
Yes? Anybody
No,
else
ma'am.
say? Oh, okay. So can I go back to the PowerPoint?
Yes,
Yes,
teacher.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, fine. Now, we come to this. What is amoeba? Now I'm coming to amoeba. Okay. What is amoeba? That I'm going to read out to you. I'm going to read out to you first. Then I'll make you read. An amoeba is a simple eukaryotic organism that moves around through pseudopodia. Pushkar, please read this, beta.
What is amoeba? An amoeba is a simple eukaryotic organism that moves around through pseudopodia (cytoplasm) pushing the cell membrane. The word pseudopodia means false feet. They are
Enough. Okay. Now, what is amoeba? A simple eukaryotic organism. Okay. And that already I have explained to you when I was teaching, when I was showing you protista slide. Okay. It is simple, means it does not have many body parts. It is eukaryotic, means it has a definite nucleus. And it moves with pseudopodia. What is that word? Pseudopodia.
pseudopodia.
Okay. And pseudopodia means false feet. Okay. Podia refers to feet and pseudo refers to false. Huh? Like, if people do something false, like if they imitate something and all, then we have a habit of saying, oh, this is a pseudo thing. Pseudo means false and podia means feet. Now, where are these amoeba found? They are commonly found on freshwater surfaces, means found in freshwater ponds and rivers. Freshwater means which is not salty. Any water which is not salty is called as fresh water. How is this amoeba? What type of shape it has? Irregular. You can see here. You can draw the structure of amoeba in any shape you want. Okay. Then the irregular shape keeps on changing. That is very important to understand, that the structure of amoeba keeps on changing. Now, a single cell of amoeba has cytoplasm, nucleus, and many food vacuoles. Now, I'll show it to you in this diagram here. Nucleus, can you see, students? Only
Yes,
Pushkar
teacher.
will say yes. Pushkar, say yes if you're seeing
Yes, teacher.
nucleus. Yes. Then the
Yes,
contractile
ma'am.
vacuole, food vacuole,
Yes, teacher.
then digestive vacuole.
Yes, teacher.
So that means you have one nucleus and three vacuoles, three types of vacuoles. So that's why it is said many food vacuoles.
Teacher,
Okay.
what is the meaning of contractile?
Later. I have a video also on that. I'll explain. Okay. First, let's understand the basics. Then come to cell membrane. As you can see, it is the outer layer of the amoeba. Then endoplasm, which is the inner cytoplasm. Ectoplasm, which is the outer cytoplasm. And pseudopodium. One false feet is called pseudopodium. And many false feet are called pseudopodia. Now, this
Yes, teacher.
I told you what is amoeba. Okay. Now, I'm going to teach you about various amoeboid movements. I mean, about different characteristics of amoeba. Okay. The cell structure, like one student asked me about, ingestion in amoeba. So all that I'm going to teach you right. Okay. First, we will talk about amoeboid movements. This topic is very exclusive to amoeba because amoeba has what are called as pseudopodia. Okay, already in the first slide, I told you what is pseudopodia. They are actually false feet. Pseudo means false. Okay, and the false feet, from where are they produced? They are produced from the body of the amoeba. Like you can see here, the first picture, the first diagram shows amoeba where pseudopodia is coming out of the body. Then second is shown the nucleus. Nucleus is not shifting. Nucleus position remains where it is. And the third diagram is showing the cytoplasm. So basically amoeba is identified as amoeba because it has cytoplasm, it has nucleus. That is why it is eukaryotic. Somebody asked me this question just now also. So eukaryotic means having definite nucleus and definite cytoplasm. And pseudopodia means having false feet. Okay. Now, what the pseudopodia are doing? The pseudopodia continues to grow in the direction the amoeba has to move, which you saw in the earlier video. Do you remember, students, how amoeba was moving within the blood cells? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, and it has a floating type of movement also you saw. Huh? That floating type of movement is possible because it has pseudopodia. Okay. Now, what all it can do with the pseudopodia? It can change direction. Okay. What the pseudopodia will do? It will stop growing. And another one will be produced in the direction it has to grow. Now, for that, you have to remember in the video, it was shown that amoeba produces a tentacle-like growth. Did you see that? Do you remember? Tentacle-like, long tentacle is
Yes,
produced.
teacher, I remember.
Yes, and that long tentacle, it moved with it, and then that tentacle it pulled inside the body. Okay, so it can produce whenever it wants, it can remove whenever it wants. Okay, our legs are not like that. No, we move with our legs. We cannot remove our legs whenever we want and attach whenever we want. Okay, once the legs are formed, they are formed and they have to remain with us throughout our lives. But for amoeba, it is not like that. It can produce its leg whenever it wants. It can remove its leg whenever it wants. And if it wants to change direction, it has to simply move its feet in that particular direction. Okay, this is called amoeboid movement. Okay, students. Now, I'm going to show you a video which is based on amoeboid movements. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, I have now to teach you about respiration in amoeba. How do amoeba breathe? They breathe through the cell membrane. You saw the cell membrane, no? The outer lining of amoeba in the diagram. From there, they are breathing. Okay. Then nutrition. What does it eat? It eats tiny plants and animals floating. See, last time somebody had asked me diatoms. What are diatoms? And I told you they are small plants which float in water. You remember that? Yes. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Ah,
Yes,
okay.
teacher.
So these diatoms or any other plankton they are called, or all these plants, they are eaten by amoeba and they eat animals also which are very tiny. Okay, and how do they eat? With the help of food vacuole, which helps to engulf the food. Engulf means to, like how we put it in our mouth and we swallow. Like that, the food vacuole helps the food to be in the mouth and it helps to swallow the food. Then again, excretion. Excretion. Now here we have the contractile vacuole, which somebody had
Teacher,
asked
what
me.
is the meaning of
Yes, 1 minute.
ingest?
Hold on. Which meaning?
Ingests.
1 minute. I am coming to that. Now see, occurs by diffusion through cell membrane and contractile vacuole. Excretion happens because of through cell membrane and also through contractile vacuole. Contractile means which can contract and expand. Okay, it can contract, it can expand. And that's what it does. While it is contracting, it pulls all the waste inside. and while it wants to dispose, what it will do, it will expand, open loudly, and it will pass off the waste. Okay, so what is diffused through the cell membrane? Gaseous waste, ammonia and carbon dioxide, and contractile vacuole will usually dispose solid waste. Okay, now ingestion means eating of food. Okay, like you're making a ball of your food, or you're taking the food with a spoon and putting it in your mouth, and then you chew it. You do this or not?
Yes, ma'am.
While eating, that process is called ingestion. Okay, amoeba is also ingesting food. How? It will take it with the help of pseudopodia, it will collect the food and it will put it in the food vacuole. What is binary fission? How does amoeba reproduce? It reproduces with a process called binary fission. Now, if you can see in the diagram, students, the amoeba are divided into two. Can you see? There is one amoeba here. All of you can see?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. If you cannot hear me, just tell me, like that. Okay. One amoeba, then what it does, the nucleus first divides into two, then the entire cell divides into two. So there are daughter cells, and this constriction means what? A wall-like structure where the division will take place. So the cell divides into two equal sized daughter cells. Okay, so replicating genetic material means what? Nuclear material through mitotic division. Mitotic division means 1 dividing into 2, 2 dividing into 4, 4 dividing into, in multiples of 2 are called mitotic division. Okay, don't go so much in detail, only understand the concept. For your level, what is important to know that binary fission, binary means 2. Fission means division. Division which forms 2 amoeba from the parent cell. And how are these amoeba cells? They are equal sized. Now what happens in this process? The nucleus of amoeba first divides. Okay, 2 daughter nuclei are formed, and process of karyokinesis. Karyokinesis means division of nucleus. I've given the meaning also here. Okay, if you want the meanings, write down. Genetic material means nuclear material. Are you writing?
Yes, ma'am.
Nuclear material.
Yes, ma'am.
Then mitotic division means division forming 2 cells. Division forming 2 cells. Okay, and karyokinesis, I have already given you division of the nucleus. Fine. Now I'll come to multiple fission. Now amoeba sometimes divides into many daughter cells, but that there is a process. What is the process? One unicellular organism. See, this is a parent amoeba. What it does, it forms a cyst, and the nucleus inside the amoeba, it forms many nuclei. Cyst means very hard boil-like covering. Okay, like a hard plastic-like covering is there. That is a nuclei which are divided remain inside the cyst until and unless favorable conditions come. Like, maybe in one place there is drought or famine, no water is there. Then amoeba will do this. What it will do? Its nucleus will divide into many nuclei, and the cyst will cover the entire parent amoeba. And when favorable condition, that is rain, amoeba requires rain. Okay, water. So when water is available, what it will do? It will break the cyst and it will release the daughter amoeba. Just like, food is in a plastic bag and you open the plastic bag, and you remove the food from it. Right or not? Yes?
Yes, teacher.
Similarly, cyst is like a plastic bag inside which all the daughter amoeba are there. So when water is available, what it will do? It will break. Okay, the cyst will break and all the daughter cells will be released. Round 3 questions. Okay, which you are
3 questions, ma'am.
Only 3 questions. Okay. We should go slow, step by step. Now, we should not rush into anything. Okay. Now, question number 1 is draw the diagram of amoeba and explain its structure. So I have given it to you. I have taught you on the PowerPoint. Now you are supposed to write it in your notebook. Okay, along with this diagram. Huh? No need to use any color for the diagram. You may draw with a simple pencil and use an eraser if you want to rub anything. No need to write ecto and endoplasm also. What labelings you are going to do? Nucleus, food vacuole, cell membrane, digestive vacuole, contractile vacuole, and pseudopodium. If you want, you may write ecto and endoplasm. Otherwise, there is no need to write. Okay? Ecto and endoplasm both are coming under cytoplasm. So both this you can join together and write cytoplasm. There is no problem in that. Otherwise, write ecto and endoplasm. Have you understood, students? Any difficulties?
No, teacher.
Okay, fine. Now I'm going to the next question. What is amoeboid movement? Okay, I've given you the diagram also. So the diagram can be drawn, and this I've already taught you in the PowerPoint. So it is supposed to be written. Okay, then I'm coming to question number 3. What are the other functions performed by amoeba? One is respiration, other is nutrition, and third is excretion. I taught you this step by step. Okay, showing you videos. Now you have to write it in your notebook and turn it on to me on the coming Sunday. Okay.